Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. This whole video, I thought of titling it, first of all, the Russians are coming, the Russians are coming. But this whole story that we've seen roughly in the last week, I have not actually commented on it yet because I was kind of hoping to see how exactly it was going to play out. We'll get into that analysis here in a minute. For now, it's still a little bit up in the air, but yeah, the question posed is, are Russians really getting a 90-day visa exemption in Thailand? So to be clear, presently, for example, most Western countries, the Anglosphere, if you will, the West, those folks are going to get a 30-day stamp, by and large, in their passport upon arrival. Now, certain other countries, Brazil, for example, comes to mind, has a bilateral agreement with Thailand, effectively, it's my understanding, that they get 90 days on arrival in Thailand. Certain other countries have different protocols associated with visa exemption status when traveling into Thailand. But the reason for this video, I thought of making this after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, that's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Thailand's latest visa policy reflects much wider economic hopes. Quoting directly, the latest Thai immigration news, which abolishes visas for Chinese and Russian tourists on a trial basis, is certainly part of that policy. Chinese citizens can enter Thailand visa-free for 30 days, which can be extended 30 days more at Thai immigration. Russian nationals next month will have the same visa-free opportunities for 90 days, a rare privilege formerly extended only to South Korea and a handful of Latin American countries. Both President Xi and President Putin said they were well pleased with the immigration move. Well, first things first here, we've already discussed the China thing, but with regard to Russia, I'm not sure this is just visa exemption on arrival. And the reason for that, I was also reading in the Thai Examiner, that's thaiexaminer.com, article is titled, Russians to get 90-day visa on arrival as tourist numbers wobble in October ahead of high season. Quoting directly, the government will introduce a standard 90-day visa on arrival for all Russian tourists landing in Thailand. It comes as demand from Russia is picking up. Well, first of all, let's be clear. There's a difference between visa on arrival and visa exemption. I think I'm going to do another video contemporaneously with this one where I get into that deeply. Folks could argue it's a semantic point. I see the argument there, but as we'll get into when we quote further, saying that Russians just get 90 days on arrival, I don't know that that's necessarily completely true. Quoting further, with signs of weakness in vital foreign tourism numbers as the country draws nearer to the opening of the high season, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has announced the extension of the visa period for Russian nationals, which will come into effect on the 1st of November 2023 and last until the 30th of April 2024. And this was the key line here that I thought was useful. Well, one, note, it doesn't begin until the 1st of November. So as of the time of this video, it's not in effect yet. It's also temporary, as is the Chinese visa exemption that we discussed. But quoting further, it allows for a visa on arrival with a visa extension for Russian tourists with national passports, allowing them to stay in the kingdom for up to 90 days. So I'm not entirely certain that when we see this come online in November, that it will look like a true 90-day visa, a true 90-day stamp just for arriving in Thailand on a Russian passport. Again, doesn't come into effect until November. As with everything, I was trying to wait to even talk about this on this channel until we got past the date of implementation, so we had a better idea of how it was actually going to be implemented. Okay, that has yet to come, but again, based on this from the Thai Examiner, and the Thai Examiner is usually quite meticulous in ascertaining little details like that, it wouldn't surprise me if some sort of accommodation was made that said, yeah, you get 30 days, you stamped in when you enter, and you can go down and get another 60 days, for example, by extending at Thai immigration. Again, whether or not that's actually how this is going to play out remains to be seen. Seems to be the case from what we're seeing from at least one source. If that were the case, that would mean that it would be very similar to just the standard tourist visa, which most folks, it's a little different insofar as you get 60 days on arrival with an ability to extend by 30 days. But again, we don't know how this thing is going to play out because it's not going to be implemented until November 1. So we will certainly keep you updated on this channel as the situation evolves.